Okay, so this video is quickly going to go through how to use solve on the TI-Nspire. Now, I should know what the answer to this little equation is. It's x is 2 or x is negative 2, because it basically says what number multiplied by itself gives me positive 4. The answer is 2 times 2 is 4, so 2 is x, or negative 2 times negative 2 is 4, so x is negative 2. So there's two answers. X is negative 2, or x is positive 2. So let's show you how to do that with the calculator. Now, you can either type in solve in this little QWERTY sort of alphabetical keyboard here, or you can go menu, algebra, solve, alright, and type in your equation. So let's go x power of 2 and then equals 4. And what am I solving for? I'm solving for x. So I need a little comma there to say I'm solving for something. I'm solving for the variable x, and that will give me x is negative 2 or x is 2. Okay, so that's what it looks like. So they're not always going to be that simple. Sometimes you have these more complicated expressions. When you've worked with some algebra word problems, you might have to equate two expressions because they're the same, and you can use CAS to solve. Say for some reason you've come up with this algebraic expression and it equals 0, and you ask to solve for x. And let's assume x is a length. Okay. So what do I do? Again, I'll do algebra solve, menu, algebra, solve. You can also go menu 1, or 1 is, sorry, escape. Menu 3, 1 gives you the solve. So what did I want? I want 6 on x plus 5. So you can put a fraction like this, control divide. That's especially useful if you have stuff like 6 on x plus 1, or a longer expression. So that's a handy thing to know. And then plus x plus 5 equals 0. And what am I solving for? I need the comma again to show what I'm solving for. X, and then close brackets. Okay, and then pops out this answer here. X is 3, negative 3, or x is negative 2. Okay, so a bad choice of numbers in that instance. So in this case, x equals negative 3 or x equals negative 2, and that might ring some alarm bells, okay? Because if x is a length, x must be greater than 0. So you've maybe got your equation wrong. Alright. So basically, when we have this, when we have a squared in our expression, we get these positive or negative values sometimes. And sometimes you need to interpret your CAS output and say, well, it can only be the positive value if it's a length. So you should also be able to do this one by hand. So let's just quickly look at that. If I multiply by x on both sides, I get 6 plus x squared plus 5x equals 0, and that's a quadratic. If I rewrite it to be my normal sort of setting. Then I look at the factors of 6 that add to 5. So that's going to be 2 and 3. So it goes x plus 2, x plus 3. Alright. And then you might not have seen this before, but if I've got this number times this number equal to 0, then x has to be -2 or x has to be -3. Because if you sub it in, you get -2 plus 2 is 0. And then you have that bracket there being 0 multiplied by -2 plus 3, which is -1. So you get 0 times -2, +1, sorry. 0 times +1. And that's just 0. So that's if you're doing it by hand, but some of you guys maybe have not seen that before. And we'll be learning that later on in the year. Okay, so that's basically how you solve in the CAS.